Hey folks, I'm Priyansh from Team SigNoz. Thank you for tuning in. And in this video, we'll be monitoring your Flask application using OpenTelemetry and SigNoz. So let's get started. So in this article, we'll be using OpenTelemetry to instrument a sample Flask app. Flask is the most popular web framework for Python. And you can read about it. What is OpenTelemetry? Why use OpenTelemetry in the first place? In this article, we'll be using SigNoz as our backend and moving forward, running a Flask application with OpenTelemetry, and finally installing SigNoz. So there are four things which we'll do in this video. First is install SigNoz on my machine, that's M1 MacBook Air locally, and then clone the sample Flask application that we have provided with this blog post. And then third, instrument the Flask application with OpenTelemetry so that we get to see some telemetry data like logs, metrics, and traces in the SigNoz dashboard, and then analyze those in the dashboard. So let's first install SigNoz. So it's just 3 easy steps you need to run at your terminal. If you are using it on Mac, then you need to have Docker Desktop installed. If you are on Linux, then the install.sh script that's over here will install Docker for you. So I've already done that for you. What it will do is just it will download some 22 MBs of data, then detect my OS, start Docker, pull some images, make containers for them, and yeah, success. So it's damn simple, and the front end will be running at 3301. I'll show in a minute. And then you also don't forget to put in your email address when prompted to. Thank you. And let me show you the UI. So you won't see this screen, you will see a login screen when you first log in. So if you have login credentials, login, as SigNoz provides role-based access control feature. So you can create an account with admin access and then invite your team members to collaborate. So if you are the admin, create an account, the options will be on the screen, or if you're not an admin, then ask your admin for an invite link, and then you will be landed over to this page. So the 4 front-end, customer, driver, and route, these microservices that you see on the screen are actually sample app called Hot Rod that comes bundled with SigNoz installation package. So yeah, you have seen the SigNoz dashboard. Now let's get the Flask app. So for that, we have some prerequisites. You need to have Python 3.4 or newer versions. If you don't have, download it from here, and also MongoDB and MongoDB instance running. Okay, so now let's go to the GitHub sample Flask app. You need to clone this. You can read steps over here, but the steps are also mentioned in the blog post. So simply clone it, copy it over here, go to item. Let's use this. Okay, done. We cd it into sample Flask app, and they need to run if the app is running or not. But first we will to install the requirements.txt file, because running the application requires you to have Flask, and this requirement.txt file will download Flask for you as well. If you have Flask installed, go ahead and run app.py. So I'll do a requirement.txt file installation, and yeah, it's done. You can ignore these red lines for now. They won't affect in the instrumentation of your app. And let's test if the app is running or not. It's running. Yeah, I have pre-populated it with some to-do lists. I'm not good at naming things E and QQ. So let's add SigNoz installation. Description is SigNoz is an open source APM. Date, let's put 2022 over here. Priority is high, and create. Okay, done. So let's me click on over here, and the task is completed. So let me just interact with the app. Yeah, this is the app. Let's move back, because we have to instrument the app so that some telemetry data can be shown on SigNoz dashboard. So yeah, let me stop the application first. Control C, and the app has been stopped. So instrument the app with instrumenting the Flask application with OpenTelemetry. So we just the requirements.txt installation, and yeah, install application specific packages. So this step is required to install package specific to the application. And then the final step and the major step is passing the necessary environment variables. So yeah, you are almost done. This is the last step. You need to configure some variables. So first of all, service name. So you can name it anything you want. You can also name it Django application, Flask application, Python application, anything that you want. Then this is the important step. OTL exporter OTLP endpoint. So in this case, this is the IP address of machine where SigNoz is installed. So let me show you what this means. Set up the service name over here, anything that you want. And here, yeah, where it says the IP of SigNoz, you need to put in the place where SigNoz is installed. So if suppose SigNoz is installed on a custom domain, then the domain will be over here like test or netflix.com, test.com. So that will be present over here, not the .com part. And if SigNoz is on your VMware or any cloud provider, then the IP of that machine should be placed over here. So since we are running SigNoz locally, the command something looks like localhost 4317, and the service name that we picked is Flask application. So congrats, you have instrumented your Flask application with OpenTelemetry. So let me copy this over here, paste the command, and we are good to go. Yeah, it's successfully running. So this is, you will see a Flask app in the SigNoz dashboard. So let me refresh the page. We don't have anything yet. So yeah, we need to generate some telemetry data. Let me refresh. Incomplete. So let's delete this. Delete this also. Add a task. ABC. Description ABC. We are just creating some dummy data. Priority is low, and hit create. Now go to complete and delete this as well. And now shift back, uncomplete, complete. So yeah, we are hitting the URL quite a number of times. So now we should have some data in the dashboard. So yeah, we have Flask under application name. Let's click on it. And this is the overview metrics application latency graph. And we have some little data to show you here at the top endpoints, the one we click completed, non-completed, etc. So it's over here. We made these many number of calls. Let's click on remove. So you can see we just moved from service to traces tab, and this is how trace tab looks like. We have some powerful filters on the left hand side. You can sort by components. You can filter by components, by HTTP code, methods, URLs, etc. Or at the top, you can sum of duration, average duration. You can sort by that, group by many number of things, operation, URL, method, service names, etc. So let me click on one of these trays which have duration 25.09. Let's click on one, and this is the trace details page. So this trace currently has 2 spans associated with it. So let's click on one, and in under tag section, you can see this is generated by MongoDB with port running 27017, and some details associated with it. This has some different tags associated with it. So this can help you get idea of what the app is doing. If there are any errors, then you can debug it over here. So if you want to see a detailed view of how a trace details span with hundreds of thousands or more number of trace spans, so let's go to services, go to front end, and you can click over here this point and view traces, or click any endpoint. So let me view traces for this endpoint and select any of the trace. And yeah, this trace has significant number of spans, 51 spans. Let me minimize. Yeah, so the red lines, that red spans that you see here are actually the error spans. I know this because I clicked on it. I went to events, and under the error section, I see this has occurred because of a Redis timeout. And as you can, similarly, you can see for other spans as well. How much time are they taking? What are the events or the tags associated with them? And this kind of provides you the overview of how your application is actually performing. What are the bottlenecks of your application? If there are any error, then where it is actually located and what is causing that error. So yeah, that is all for this video. If you have any questions about SigNoz or this video, comment down below or reach out to our community Slack channel, a place where we discuss things around open source, observability, and APM. We have some 1,000+ members at this point, the time of recording this video. Links to everything will be, of course, in the description below. Looking forward to your feedback on how we can make SigNoz better together. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.